mind getting here. I'll be right back.
What is it, Ken? What's wrong?
An Indian, Dad. I found him down by the road. He's been hurt.
Hurt? He's been shot.
White men chase me. Don't let them catch me.
This man needs medical attention. I'll ride over to the reservation and notify the Indian agent.
Oh, Rob, I wish you wouldn't. If they're chasing him, there's apt to be trouble.
Can I go, Dad? Flicka and I can make it real fast.
All right, Ken, go ahead and tell him to hurry.
Yes, sir.
It's the Menafrees. The whole kit and caboodle of them.
Howdy, Rob.
Howdy, Clem. Ray, how are you, Buck? You boys been riding?
Yeah, we've been chasing one of them reservation Indians. Gave us a slip a while back. Don't suppose you've seen him by any chance.
What did he do?
Liquored up and pulled a knife on Buck here.
Yeah. You know how they are when they got that firewater in them.
Well, Indians aren't allowed to buy liquor. How'd he get it?
Who knows? He shouldn't have been off the reservation anyway. All the trouble we've been having with them Indians lately.
Are you sure the Indians are to blame?
Oh, you know how I feel about them. I'd like to see them all in their happy hunting grounds. And if we catch this one, that's where he'll go.
Well, I can't go along with your way of thinking.
A lot of others around here do.
Sorry I can't help you.
Hey, Rob. Did you get a spare piece of leather? This chin strap's busted.
Sure, I'll get it for you. Wait here.
Just tell me where it is. I'll get it.
No, you'll never find it.
Buck, is this what you're looking for?
Yeah, much obliged, Mrs. McLaughlin.
My sister Essie tells me you were a little sick last week.
Will you tell Essie I'm feeling all right now?
She'll be glad to hear it. Well, boys, let's get after that redskin. If he ever makes it back to the reservation, we'll never get him.
Those Menafrees.
How can they be so heartless?
What's the matter, honey?
Too much excitement, I guess.
Come on into the house.
Well, what about him?
We've done all we can for him. Come on.
One time there was a sad little drac whose teeth were all covered with dental plaque. He traveled to China on the back of a yak, then on to India with a stop in Iraq, trying to get rid of that awful plaque. What a silly drac to ride on a yak. That's no way to get rid of dental plaque. He went to his dentist, Dr. Jack Black, and learned that it was his lack of the knack of brushing and flossing that gave his teeth plaque. I'm Dr. Roy Lindahl. As president of the American Society of Dentistry for Children, I'm taking a crack at trying to put you on the right track. I know that you're not a silly old drac, for you'd never ride on the back of a yak trying to get rid of your dental plaque. So on to the dentist and not to Iraq, as soon as you can, to sack that old plaque. With regular visits, you're on the right track. Now our happy drac is as sharp as a tack, and hardly ever is seen on a yak. He's cleaning his teeth and flossing each crack. If you do the same, you'll never have plaque.
Drink this, honey. You'll feel better.
Thank you, dear.
You've come for the Indian. I'll be back in a minute, honey.
Hi, Dad. Did I make good time?
You certainly did.
This is Mark Hawk. He's a real, honest-to-gosh Indian doctor.
Your son seems to think that's quite a novelty.
It is. I'm Rob McLaughlin.
Pleased to know you, Mr. McLaughlin.
I didn't know they had an MD at the reservation.
I've only been back there a short time.
Oh.
Doc Shaw wants you to hire Blue today.
Is he going to be all right?
I think so. Although he's lost a good deal of blood. How did this happen?
Some men say he got drunk and pulled a knife.
The same old story, huh? The Indians are always at fault.
Not everyone around here feels that way, Dr. Hawk.
I'm sure that's true. What you've done for Deerfoot proves it. There's a bullet. Fortunately, it didn't go very deep. I have to report this to the authorities, Mr. McLaughlin.
I realize that.
Well, that's all I can do for him until I get him back to the reservation.
Ken was right. You are a real, honest-to-gosh Indian doctor. Where did you study?
I took my pre-med at Carlisle, finished at Columbia University.
That's a rough grind becoming a doctor. My hat's off to anyone who can get through it.
Well, I wanted to become a doctor, and I became one. A good one, I hope. Come on, Deerfoot.
Be careful. They're still hunting for him.
Thanks. We'll watch out for them. And thank you, Ken, for all you've done.
Oh, it's all right, Dr. Hawk. I didn't do anything. Flicka did all the work.
I'm sorry, Rob. I was just too tired to get up this morning.
You got a fever.
Oh, now don't go making a fuss. I'll get up and fix your breakfast.
Oh, you do no such thing. You stay right here.
As Gus always says, you're the boss, Captain.
You better put on a new latigo strap, Ken. This one's pretty worn.
I will, Gus. Later.
Ken, on your way to school, stop at Dr. Tilson's. Tell him your mother's sick.
Mother? Sick? It isn't anything bad, is it?
Well, I don't know. She's got a high fever. Tell him to hurry as fast as he can.
Yes, sir.
Go over past Minifree's, Gus, and ask Essie to come over.
Yeah, but the missus, she don't like that old maid so very good.
Well, I know she's a hard-bitten old spinster, but she makes a good nurse. Go on, man.
Yeah.
Gosh, Flicka. Dr. Tilson's clear over on the other side of the county. Won't be back till late tonight. What's Mom gonna do? Sure wish we had another doctor in this town. Hey, I've got an idea.
Worrying, Rob. Nell's gonna be just fine. Just got a little fever. This vinegar compress will fix her up in no time.
I wonder what's keeping Dr. Tilson.
What do you need a doctor for? Don't you trust me? I've been taking care of folks around here for more years than I can remember.
If you don't mind, Essie, I'd like to get a doctor's opinion, too. Ken, where have you been? What happened to Dr. Tilson?
Hello, Mr. McLaughlin. I got here as quickly as I could. I hope that...
Dr. Tilson's clear over on the other side of the county, Dad. Won't be back till late tonight. So I thought, and then I remembered Dr. Hawk. That was all right, wasn't it?
Your son said it was an emergency. I'll have a look at Mrs. McLaughlin and do what I can until Dr. Tilson can take over. Or have I made a mistake?
No, wait. You haven't made any mistake, Doctor. My wife's upstairs.
What's that?
Dr. Hawk. He's an Indian doctor. A real live Indian doctor.
Essie. This is Dr. Hawk. Miss Minifree is a neighbor who's been good enough to come over and help us.
Miss Minifree?
An Indian.
Miss Minifree, would you boil these, please? I may have to take a blood sample.
Blood sample.
Essie, come on.
Miss McLaughlin.
You're the Dr. Hawk Ken's been telling me about.
Yes, the real, live, honest-to-gosh Indian doctor.
How's the man that was shot?
Oh, he's fine. But let's worry about you.
Rob McLaughlin, are you out of your mind? Leaving your wife alone with that savage Indian?
Now, Essie, Dr. Hawk's no savage. He's a responsible doctor. Put these in boiling water.
Must be some doctor taking blood out of Nell's veins. I never heard of such a thing. Ah!
What are you trying to do, break those? Can't you see those are the same instruments any doctor uses?
It's not what I'm thinking about. Doctors use knives, too, but not to scalp people. As long as I live, I'll not forget it was Indians killed my ma and pa.
Can't you and Clem forget that was 40 years ago?
No matter if it's 100 years.
If you will pour me some hot water. The instruments are ready. No.
What's the matter?
They'll have to be boiled over again. The lady touched them with her hands.
What if I did? I'm not one of your dirty squaws. My hands are clean.
Essie.
There are millions of germs on your hands, Miss Minifree. Tiny creatures you can't see, but they carry disease and death.
How dare you? I came here out of the goodness of my heart to help out, but if you're going to stand by and let that heathen savage insult me, I'm leaving.
Now, Essie, I appreciate your coming, but you can't talk to Dr. Hawk that way. Not in my house.
Don't worry, Indian doctor.
I didn't mean to drive her away.
Don't pay any attention to Essie. She listens to her brother Clem too much.
Mr. McLaughlin, your wife has all the symptoms of Rocky Mountain fever.
Spotted fever?
I'll know for sure after I take a blood sample.
If she does, what happens then?
Fortunately, one of my patients at the reservation is just recovering from the ailment. I'll make a serum from her blood, which should be of help to your wife.
A fish died because it couldn't breathe. Because its gills got clogged with silt. Because mud ran into the river. Because there was nothing to trap the rain. Because all the trees were gone. Because someone got careless with fire. So please, be careful with fire. Because...
Honey, your arm, please.
Don't be afraid, Wahani. Dr. Hawk is a great healer. He will do you no harm.
Your blood will save the life of a friend of our people. Just hold this against your arm for a little while. You may go now. Pilama.
Those tiny animals, they really live in our blood?
In every vein in our bodies. From them, I will make the medicine to fight spotted fever.
That is great magic.
That's knowledge, Deerfoot. The kind that will help prevent the sickness and disease that has afflicted our people for many generations.
Hold it, boys. Hold it.
Looks like him, Pa. He's got the black bag with him.
Where you heading for, Injun?
I'm on my way to the McLaughlin ranch to see my patient.
To see your patient? He talks like he's a doctor, don't he, Pop?
I am a doctor.
Sure. I'm the governor of Wyoming.
Suppose you know who we are.
I assume you're the Minifrees.
That's right. And we don't like Injuns, especially when they get off of the reservation. I suppose you turn that pony of yours around and head for home.
If you think you can intimidate me the way you have some of our people, you're mistaken. I don't scare easily.
Listen to the highfalutin talk.
What's in that little black bag?
I don't see that that's any concern of yours.
Let's have a look.
Pull him down, Ray.
See what kind of magic he's got in this bag.
You fool, do you realize what you're doing?
What do you suppose he's got in here?
A serum. It might save Mrs. McLaughlin's life.
There you are, doctor. Now go tend to your patient.
How's Mom? Is she any better?
Seems to be getting worse. Where have you been, Gus?
I've been out to try to find Dr. Tilson, but there was a flash flood at the county line. He's caught on the other side, won't be able to get here till tomorrow.
Did you take the road that runs by the reservation?
Well, I come home that day.
See any signs of Dr. Hawk?
No, but I see Clem Minifree and his boys just leaving the reservation.
Yeah, I know. They were here while you were gone. Clem wanted to know why I had an Indian doctor taking care of Nell.
Now, what business is that of theirs?
None. So I told him to get off the property and stay off. He didn't like that, and they went away mumbling threats like they always do.
Maybe they mean to carry out those threats this time.
Maybe.
Where are you going, Dad?
We're going to take a ride over to the reservation and see what's keeping Dr. Hawk. You take care of your mother. Tell her I'll be back soon. Come on, Gus.
white men.
The men will freeze.
It is what I feared.
Bring Wahani here.
What are you going to do now?
Make more serum.
You are making a mistake, Doctor.
I've taken an oath to help those who are sick. And I intend to live up to that oath.
That is not the way. You are ready to serve, but white men bar your path. Let them stand aside.
I tell you, Mrs. McLaughlin needs my help.
So do your people. You will solve nothing by violence. Let the white man settle this their way. I will bring Wahani. Your father here?
No, he just left. What's the matter?
Dr. Hawk, he cannot come to see your mother. White men will not let him leave reservation. Dr. Hawk say your mother is very ill and need him. I come to warn you because you saved my life.
That was good of you.
Mom, you shouldn't be out of bed.
Ken, hitch Flicka to the buggy. We'll go to Dr. Hawk.
But Dad'll bring him here. You know he will. And nobody can stop him.
That's just what I don't want. There'll be shooting and bloodshed. Now bring the buggy around the front while I get dressed.
Your mother, very brave lady.
Where you heading for, Rob? See your engine medicine man?
I haven't got anything to say to you. Now get out of my way.
Oh, now, Rob, I just thought you wanted to know where he is.
We sent him back to his teepee. Medicine bag and all.
You what? We intend to see that those redskins stay on the reservation, where they belong.
I told you before to stop mixing in my affairs, and you didn't listen to me. Now I'm going to get Dr. Hawk and take him back to my wife. And you better pray it isn't too late. Now get out of my way.
You're all spooked up, Rob. Now you go on home. We'll send Essie back to take care of Nell till Doc Tilson shows up. Now go on.
I'm warning you, Clem. I'm coming through.
I wouldn't try it if I was you.
It is the missus.
Nell, what are you doing here?
They wouldn't let my doctor come to me, so I'll have to go to my doctor. Clem Menifee, this is disgraceful. Haven't you caused enough trouble with your prejudice and hatred? Now put that gun down and let me...
I told her she shouldn't do this, Dad, but she wouldn't listen.
I'll be all right.
Hey, Pa, look, she is sick. She's got spots.
The engine was right. Essie was wrong.
Now are you satisfied, Clem? Go ahead, Ken.
Hey, Pa, look, here comes that Indian that pulled a knife on me.
Let him by.
Pa!
Do as I say. Let's go home, boys.
It's Dr. Hawk. Hi, Dr. Hawk.
Good morning, Doctor.
Hello, Doctor.
Good morning.
We were wondering what happened to you.
I'm sorry I'm late. I had to stop and see some new patients down the road. How are you feeling, Mrs. McLaughlin?
Oh, much better, Doctor. I'm sure I'll be as good as new in a few days.
No doubt about it. You're over the fever. You just have to get your strength back.
You say you've got some new patients around here?
Yes, 4 of them. They're grumpy, ornery, and miserable.
Who are they?
The Menafrees. They've got the mumps.
The mumps?
Haters have clean teeth, and they don't have to work at it. They have a helper who cleans their teeth for them. People aren't like that. Good, healthy teeth need personal attention. Regular brushing after eating, plus dental checkups and cutting down on sweets. This is what keeps teeth healthy. A clean mouth isn't just for the birds. A public service of the American Dental Association.